The big reveals. This stream is sponsored by. No, I'm just kidding. I moved my office around. That's the big reveal. That's the big reveal. I renovated the office. Yep. I moved things around. It's just way cleaner. And I'm still waiting. I ordered one shelving unit here, like a nice shelving unit that has like lights in it. It's gonna go right here. It just looks way more nice. The other one was just way too cluttered. Too much clutter, chat. Just too much clutter, and I freak out when there's clutter. As you guys know, I almost had a boxing fight, okay? It didn't happen. But I still want to fight, okay? I still want to fight. And I've been talking to Zine about potentially fighting in his event, but we need to find a fight, chat. And I'm not going to call anyone out yet, but I have messaged some people privately, some guys in the Spanish community who I thought would be down to fight, but they're just fucking ducking. All right? They're being pussies. Just flat out and simple. They're being pussies. I'm not going to call out who. I'm not going to call out their names, but we got a bunch of little pussies that don't want to actually fight, but they like to talk. So, chat, we need to find a fight. And I'm announcing this so we can hopefully find a fight. I'm not fighting my friends, so you guys don't say Farfa, don't say Shadoon. I don't want to fight any of my friends as my boys. I'm not going to fight Spreen. That's my friend. I'm not going to fight Conter. And yeah, I'm just saying this so you guys can spread the word and hopefully we can find a fight. I'll say this. I've not necessarily messaged, but I've gotten in contact through other people asking for people that I think, I'll just word it like this, will make a very interesting fight for people that are in the Spanish community and they don't want it. So, they don't want it. You need to learn Spanish, boy. I mean, it's just hard. It's hard. Maybe, listen, our best chance realistically is if we do Dead Safio 4 and we do like a LAN with the Team Mafia guys for like a month. That's the only chance, bro. I'm gonna be real, chat. I'm too lazy. I'm sorry. Listen. I have seen people on Twitter. This is what I'll say. This is my opinion on things. All right. I've seen people on Twitter saying like, oh, he doesn't even like the Spanish community. He doesn't make that big of an effort to learn Spanish. I like the people, okay? I like the people, okay? I'm trying to learn it. I'm trying to learn Spanish, but what I value more is just hanging out with the people. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes sense. I think that makes sense. In my head, that makes sense. But you know what I'm saying. I am trying, but I'm also just brain dead. It just takes me more time. I'd rather make the effort to like hang out with my friends and play games with them and shit like that and things like that. When's your next trip or have any plans on traveling? Well, I want to go to Mexico. I want to see. I want to do a Team Mafia meetup is what I want. What I want is a Team Mafia meetup. And if I could pick the place, I'd pick Miami. But I'll do it anywhere. I will say I would go to Argentina. I would go to Argentina again. But if I got to choose, I would want to go maybe to like Mexico because it's in the middle, or maybe a country that we haven't been to and explore a little bit. But I like Argentina, so I'd go again. Am I actually going in January? Bro, if everyone's going or there's a lot of them going and I'm invited, I will go. There's no would I go. If I'm invited and there's some of the boys there, I'll go. What country? I'll go to any country. Team Mafia in Japan. The only problem with Japan, that would be like insane. Team Mafia in Japan would literally be like that would be the trip of my lifetime, chat. But it's expensive. It's expensive. The flight there is expensive. The hotels there are expensive. But that would be the trip of a lifetime. And if I was on Kick, if I still had that Juicer Kick contract, I genuinely would probably just pay for everyone to go. But we're not. The food is cheap. Yeah, the food is cheap. Once you're there and you've already paid for your flight and you've already paid for your hotel or Airbnb, yeah, it's not too expensive. It's pretty good, like the food and stuff like that. Bread's broke now, yeah. Chat, I won't even lie. I will keep it a bug with you. We were farming on Kick, bro. Yeah, we were chilling on Kick. We didn't have any problems. Like I said, I don't think Kick as a website is the problem. I thought at the time that we joined it, there were just a lot of bad eggs on there. And I think slowly over time, it will become less and less bad eggs. And eventually Kick won't be like tacky. I don't know what the word is. You know what I'm saying? It won't be like, oh my God, you're on Kick. And that was my goal, was to try and desensitize it a little bit. But I got jumped. That was my goal, and I got paid a lot of money. I ain't gonna lie, and I got paid a lot of money. So, whatever. We've already talked about this. I don't even know what. I'm just rambling. Me playing Spanish servers. The only okay, this is one problem I have with sometimes playing in like some Spanish servers, like for example, like for example, I'll just use fucking, I don't know, whatever. Some events, I won't name specifics, I feel bad. But like, it'll be like Spanish, so I'm already like kind of like confused, and then it's really complicated, and I'm like, oh fuck. That's why I like Dead Sophia a lot, because it wasn't too complicated, it was simple, and so the only barrier really was just Spanish, and I had fucking Peely there to help me out. I had Peely to help me. That helped a lot. I still have a place in LA. Nah, I didn't want to pay for it anymore. It's expensive. It's expensive, chat. My apartment in LA, 2-bedroom, bro, $5,000 a month. $5K a month, bro. I just did not want to pay that anymore. It's crazy. $5K, that's a fucking house, bro. Yep. And like, I don't know, LA is the kind of place where like, I don't want to cheap out and get in like a kind of area, you know what I mean? So, well, I originally was sharing it with George, but he's being a little bitch and only wanted. Don't get me started on that. I was originally sharing it with George, and George's like, "Well, I don't know, bro." Okay, I can't. All right, this is the story. So we had the house, right, and then Dream's like, "Oh, I don't want the house anymore." And then me and George still wanted a place in LA, and I was like, "All right, George, what do you want to do?" He's like, "Let's get an apartment." I said, "Okay, let's get an apartment." And then he goes, "Well, actually, I don't want an apartment. It's a waste of money. Let's buy a house." I said, "Okay, well, let's buy a house then." And he goes, "Oh, actually, I want an apartment." So, okay, let's get an apartment. Then he goes, "Well, actually, I just don't want to be stuck in a lease for a whole year." And I said, "Okay, well, what do you want to do?" He's like, "Let's do a 1-month lease apartment." Mind you, each one of these things I had Tony like finding for him. And then he goes, "Ah, actually, it's just, but then like, what if I want to?" I was like, "Okay, George, I'm going to go get my own apartment." And then eventually we agreed to get a 1-year lease, but he was only on the hook for half of it. And then he moved out halfway through it. And so I went from paying 2.5 to 5. Basically, George is annoying about that. And that's the truth. So I move out? Yeah, I'm not paying for the LA apartment. I moved all my shit out. Fuck that. 5K a month? Nope. Too much money. If I lived in LA full time, I'd pay that. But like, 5K a month is crazy, bro. Fuck LA. It's dirty and gross. And it's sketchy. I just don't like that. I like, even if it's more boring and yeah, there's a lot of people there and there's good food and stuff, but I prefer clean, chill to live, clean, chill, calm. Too many influencers. Yeah, they sell their soul to the devil. You would know. I didn't sell my soul, bro. That's why I fell off. Fuck. I didn't sell my soul. You guys, clearly I didn't sell my soul, bro. I never got the option to, so maybe I would have. Maybe if I got the option to sell my soul, I would have considered it, but I just was never offered that, so that just didn't happen to me.